Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, The Wealthy Mindset. It's yours truly, Money Making Mitch. And as usual, guys, this is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence and research. The stock is tumbling again. And just like the last time, history always proves itself again and again and repeats itself again and again. As the company gets better on every metric, some people are still putting comments saying, the stock is down, Mitch. As if I cannot see that. But what are you doing if the stock is down? Some of my subscribers, of course, my subscribers are saying, I bought some more, I couldn't help myself. It is because you have reprogrammed your brain to become a multimillionaire, son. And I applaud you. I salute you. So what's happening after proving itself in China? Firefly is now shifting its focus outward, and its global push is about to accelerate, according to China EV. Firefly Neo small EV sub-brand has become a long way in less than a year. It has come a long way in less than a year. What began with widespread skepticism over its triple beam headlights, according to one albino in Australia, it was polarizing. Poor lad still thinks Xpeng has the winning business model. But is now a steady rise in deliveries from over 3,600 units in May to 5,912 in October, surpassing the combined totals of the Mini, Smart, and Volkswagen ID in China. Now, why should we continue to buy shares of NIO when it falls, especially if it falls under your average? Well, the great Warren Buffett, the living legend, has said, always look for it when it's on sale, my dear lads. This is what I do. Domestic performance shows Firefly made the right product bet. Let me say that again. Domestic performance in China shows Firefly made the right product bet. And of course, we all know that the design of the body, the design of the interior, and everything within the Firefly came from the Dream Team, from Silicon Valley, Europe, and China combined. How can it not be a winner? But as a global design from day one for the global markets, the real question has always been, how will it expand overseas? Yesterday, Firefly released a short video featuring Neo VP and Firefly President Daniel Jin announcing that the brand's first right-hand drive vehicle has rolled off the production line and will soon be shipped to Singapore. The mass market has begun, guys. Should you panic? This is what the manipulation of the stock price means. They make you think the share price is going down and everyone is selling because for some reason they think it's no good anymore, to get you to sell your shares while the institutions are gobbling them up. Classic playbook. It doesn't change. The only thing changes in the stock market when it comes to retail investors are the ones who are beaten down because they couldn't understand the game. They are no longer there, and there are new sheep that came in. So does those sheep convert into lions or stay sheep? It's up to them. Right-hand drive version. In the video, Daniel said this milestone means Firefly now has full global adaptability. Full global adaptability, because there's a right-hand drive, there's a left-hand drive. You want a middle-hand drive? We can get you that too. Becoming, in his words, true global premium small car brand. He also confirmed that Firefly will accelerate its international rollout in 2026. They will accelerate it. Do you still think you should sell your shares? Now, I found out that Li Auto said they're going to change their strategy and focus on global expansion. Well, there's a reason for that. No one wants them anymore in China. Just like we will see what will happen with Xpeng. And they will have to go to other markets where those brands will be considered superior compared to what they have right now until we get there again. But how will that rollout happen? Where does it begin? At what price point? And with what advantages? 2 days ago, China EV Home sat down with Daniel Jin at NIO's headquarters in Shanghai for a relaxed, candid conversation about Firefly global strategy. Daniel explained that Firefly originally planned to debut in Europe first, but geopolitical tensions between China and Europe, tensions became evident as early as 2023. In July that year, Europe announced additional tariffs following along with their Washington masters. Firefly then adjusted its global launch order, leading to the revised timeline of China's April Europe in August. With domestic sales now stabilizing around 6,000 units per month, Daniel said going global has become a more urgent priority. Compared with combustion vehicles, EV has a shorter commercial life cycle, roughly 2 years before the next iteration. Entering a market 1 month later is essentially losing 1 month of viable sales, he noted. That's why we want to open more markets as soon as possible next year. And they spoke about that as well, saying that England, Great Britain, and Australia is on top of their lists. I envy you guys. As of where Firefly will go first, Daniel made it clear Europe remains a central focus. The global small car segment is about 15 million units a year. 15 million units a year. And Europe alone accounts for roughly 5 million. And of course, we know the old continent has a lot of small streets within their cities, so this car will do well. Markets outside the EU tariff zone, such as the UK, are just as important since Firefly faces a 20% tariff when entering the EU. Firefly will prioritize markets without punitive tariffs. They will prioritize markets without punitive tariffs. That's how we know Australia is coming as well. While also advancing in Southeast Asia, they mentioned Singapore, we're going to Singapore, South America, and Central America. Countries that said they want superior technology, not the Flintstone era of yabba dabba doo. At the upcoming Guangzhou Auto Show, Firefly will announce its Southeast Asia timeline. In Europe, Firefly will enter, Luxembourg, Austria, Greece, Portugal from Q4 of 2025 to Q1 of 2026 and accelerate expansions in countries where NIO already operates, direct stores including Germany, Denmark, and Sweden. He said deliveries have already begun in the Netherlands, Norway, and Belgium. We asked Daniel where Firefly expects its first overseas breakout market, the place where strong sales can create spillover effects. He said if he had to pick one country in Europe, guess which one that would be, guys? Yes, you guessed it right. The United Kingdom. The reasons were straightforward. It's a right-hand drive market. It's an educated population. There are no punitive tariffs. Local small car brands are weak, leaving space for new entrants. And the UK is Mini's birthplace. Our relevance to Mini and Smart is even stronger, he said. We hope the UK becomes our breakthrough market. Well, we know it will. You saw what it did in China to the Mini. For Southeast Asia, Daniel believes there is potential but limited volume given the region's lower purchasing power. As for rumors of a range extended version for the Middle East, he clarified that Firefly had done nearly early research, but it won't proceed just yet. On distribution strategy, Firefly also made adjustments. The team initially considered a fully direct sales approach, but soon realized it would be too slow, too capital heavy and efficient. Now the brand uses more flexible combinations, direct sales plus exclusive national distributor models, win-win for everyone. And even direct sales plus dealer networks in some markets. Daniel emphasized that no matter the partnership model, Firefly strictly enforces its brand, CI, VI, and store design guidelines to maintain a consistent brand image because it's a premium brand. It's not what Xpeng, Li Auto, and the rest of them is selling. BYD, Tesla, junk, low-end junk. This is high-end, even though it's our smallest sub-brand. Many national distributors are willing to build new stores. Many national distributors are willing to build new stores, partly because they expect to handle NIO, Onvo, and Firefly together. Store standards are based on NIO requirements. I'm not going to go into the whole article, guys. Maybe I'll do a second video on this, continuing on. But it's getting very exciting, very yummy for the tummy, just like the great Jeff Bezos said. When his stock tumbled from $106 to like $6, he said, everything in the company is getting better. It doesn't bother me at all. Does it bother you guys that our company stock price is down, falling again? It does not bother me. I hope you guys found this video yet again to be informational, inspirational, and motivational. Let's go, guys. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Takes a lot of time to do these videos and the editing. And if you haven't yet subscribed, you might want to think about doing so, because in this channel, we are waking up the middle class for the first time to get a major piece of the pie from the ground level up as to how the games are played on Wall Street. And like 50 said, we get rich or we die trying, guys.